Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Let's Crack It. And today I'm back with a very useful video which is about the Accenture aptitude solved questions. So this in this video I'm going to solve all the aptitude questions in which are asked in September 8th slot 2. So before that friends, if you guys like my content and want more videos, please support me by subscribing to my channel, and also please click on the bell icon. And one more thing I would like to inform you guys is that most of you guys are of different categories, like some might pursue too fast, some might observe while teaching very slow. So at your own comfort, you guys change the playback speed for this video. And if you guys have any kind of doubts, or if you want to ask anything regarding any question, you can comment under the video. And let's start our video. And here comes our very first question, guys. And before solving the directly diving into the solutions, so let me tell you three most important rules which I will be following throughout the video. The first one will be first step, understanding the question. Understanding the question, and second step is formula, and final step is solution. What actually I mean to say is that the very first step is to understand the question to the core. What is given in the question and what is to be found, what are the variables, what are the given variables and required variable, or this kind of stuff. And second step is to know the right formula to use, and final step is to land with the right solution. I think I thought of telling you these three steps before directly solving the video. So now we are all set to solve our questions. And very first question tells us that length of the hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. So let's take a right angle triangle, and right angle, which you know it 90 degrees. Hypotenuse, this is called the hypotenuse, and it is 40% of its perimeter. What actually is perimeter? For example, if you consider ABC, perimeter will be A equal to B plus P equal to A plus B plus C. This is called the perimeter. Sum of the sides is called perimeter, and it is 65. So 40% of its perimeter, and so 40% of 65 is equals to 40 by 100 into 65. And directly you can also do directly 65 into zero point 0.4. We get, I think, if I'm not wrong, 5 4 is 20 to 6 4 24 26.0, which is called 26. So this is the answer. And moving on to the next question. And second question tells that Judith lost an amount of $32 when she sold an item at a loss of 8%. And what is the cost price of the item? So we know, I think you guys are very perfect with all the formulas required to solve this kind of question. CP minus SP, SP minus CP is equals to profit, CP minus SP is equals to loss percent is equal to loss by CP into 100. I think you are well aware of all these kind of formula, but yeah, without any usage of formula, I'll be solving this with the simplest method. Try to look at it. Given data, first let me write last percent is equal to 8%, and last amount is equal to 32 rupees or $32. So we need to find the cost price. So simplest method is, for 8% we lost 32 rupees. For 100%, how much do we lost? This is the, I think this is the answer. 32 by 8 into 100 is equals to 400. We landed with the right solution. Guys, 400 is the right answer. If you have any kind of doubts, you can ping in the comment section, guys, without any hesitation. Okay, now I'm moving to the next question. Yeah, moving back to the third question. It's given that Raj wants to find the area of a sector in a circle. Let's consider a circle whose longest chord is of 40 centimeter. So it did not give any radius or diameter, but instead longest chord. We know that by definition, chord is any line segment passing to two points on a circle. So this is a chord, this is a chord, this is a chord. But always the longest chord will be the diameter. This is the longest chord. So diameter is given. So diameter is 14 centimeter, radius will be 7 centimeters. It's clear. And at an angle of half of the right angle. Right angle will be 90 degrees, half of it will be 45 degrees. So this is the sector. Area of sector is pi r square by 2 pi or 360 degrees into given angle. with 45 degrees. Expressing it in terms of pi is pi by 4. We get pi r square by 8 is the answer, equal to 22 by 7 into 49 by 8. 7 the 154 by 8 is the final answer, 19.25. So I think I'm clear enough. Okay, moving on to the next question. It's fourth question. And Lesil sold her two bikes. Sorry, spelling mistake, TWO2. Two bikes, one at 10% loss and the other at 20% profit. Find her overall profit percentage if she sold both bikes at same SP, same price. So SP is same. Okay. Now let me consider SP as 1000 rupees. For simple, I'm considering it as 1000. Now I need to find CP of first bike, CP of second bike. So to find CP of first bike, we know the SP. SP is 1000 and it is a 10% loss. So 1000 rupees is the value of 10% loss. So mean 10% loss means only 90% worth. 1000 rupees is the worth of only 90 percentage. So what will be the worth of 100 percentage? It will be 1111. 411. 1111 RS 1111. So now CP of 2 second bike, we already know the SP, it is same 1000 rupees, but actually it's 120 rupees profit, 20 rupees profit, so it means it's a worth of 120 percentage. But what is the worth of 100 percentage? The value reduces, 833. So RS 833. Now we know CP of first bike, second bike and SP of both bikes. Profit percentage is equal to SP minus CP. SP is 1000 each, so 2000 minus CP of both bikes 411 and 1111 plus 833, 1944 divided by 2000. Sorry, CP 1944 is equals to 56 by 1944. So what does it give? So it gives somewhere around 2.8 percentage. This is the answer. But in the beginning I have told you I consider 1000 rupees, but most of you guys might have tried it with 100 rupees, but definitely you will be landing with a different answer around 3 point something. So why does it arise like this? Because it's a very, the precision is very high, because 3 digit, if you want to get the 3 digit precision, you need to take 1000 rupees. For example, if you take only 100 rupees, we get loss profit as 6 rupees. So if I consider 1000 rupees, I'm getting 56 rupees. So you can observe 0.6, sorry, 6.0 and 5.6. There is a difference, right? So this is how it is. If you want more precision, you need to consider bigger values. Okay, and fifth question, it is related to work and time. So Jack and Mark and John together can complete a work in 45 and 60 days respectively. So this is the given matter. This is the given information. Jack and Mark and John, they can complete in 45 days. These can complete in 60 days. This is the given matter. So now, before that, let us consider Jack can complete individually in X days, and Mark can complete individually in Y days. John can complete in Z days individually. But if Jack is thrice as efficient of John, Jack is thrice as efficient of John. So let me tell you that always number of days to be for work is inversely proportional to the efficiency. If efficiency is more, number of days will taken will be less. If efficiency is less, and number of days taken will be more. So if Jack is thrice efficient, if Jack is more efficient, then John will take more days and Jack will take less days. This can be simply put it as X is equals to Z by 3. Z is equals to 3x. We can simply replace. Now we are done with our answer. Simply now framing the equations. Jack and Mark together complete in 45 days. So 1 by x plus 1 by y is equals to 1 by 45. This is the first equation. Second equation, they Mark and John. Mark 1 by y plus 1 by z is equals to 60 days, 1 by 60. But here for z we have got the equation. Substitute this, z equals to 3x. These are the two equations. 1 by x plus 1 by y equal 45. 1 by y plus 1 by 3x equals to 1 by 60. So now subtracting equation 2 from equation 1, we get 1 by y, 1 by y gets cancelled. So 1 by x minus 1 by 3x is equals to 1 by 45 minus 1 by 60. So 3x minus 2x, 2x by 3x square. So x cancelled and 3x, 2 by 3x is equals to 1 by 45 minus 60, 15 by 45 into 60. Now guys, we get x is equals to 2 into 45 into 60 divided by 3 into 15. 15 ones are 15 fours are 3 ones are 3 15s are 4 twos are 8, 15 eights are 120. This is the final answer. I think we are landed at the right solution. So this is the process. Still, if you are having any kind of doubts, you can simply comment. And moving on, next question is simple linear equation related to coordinate system. Find the value of 11x plus 7y at 2 minus 2 comma 3. Simply, the simplest method is to substitute these points in the given equation. 11x, 11 into minus 2 plus 7 into y is equal to 3 is equal to minus 22 plus 21 is equals to minus 1 is the right answer. I think it's clear enough. Okay, moving on to the next question. Okay, this question is related to ages. I think Oscar is 12 years older than Jack. The present age of Jack is 9 years. Then find the present age of Oscar. For my advice is for this kind of question, simply you consider the x variable. What is to be found? We need to find the present age of Oscar. Let us consider Oscar age equals to x. Then Oscar is 12 years older than Jack, and Jack age will be x minus 12. If the present age of Jack is 9 years, okay, if Jack is x minus 12 is equals to 9, we become x is equals to 9 plus 12, 21. 21 is the right answer, guys. Simply, I'll be repeating it once again. I think we are clear enough with the question. Simply for these kind of questions, consider the variable to be found as x. So I'm considering Oscar's age as x. So given condition is that Oscar is 12 years older than Jack. So he is 12 years bigger, elder to Jack. So Jack's age will be Jack's age will be x minus 12. But it's given that the present age x minus 12 is equals to 9 years. So x is equals to 21. We are done with the question. So moving on, eighth question, it's about the work time. So definitely this is going to be little complicated. Guys, please do concentrate to if you want to understand. See, Mark, Ben and Tim, three different persons can complete at their own efficiencies, 12 days, 24 and 36. So Mark, Ben, Tim, he can complete 12, he can complete in 24, he can complete in 36 days. So Mark's 1 day's work is 1 by 12th part, and Ben 1 day's work is 1 by 24th part. Tim's 1 day work is 1 by 36th part. So now Mark starts the work, okay, and Ben joins him after 1/3 of the work is completed. So if Mark starts the work, his 1 day work is 1 by 12th, but Ben will join only after 1/3 of the work is completed. So how many days does Mark work? Let's consider x days. If Mark work x into in each day 1 by 12th part, he completes 1/3. So now for x we get x is equals to 4 days. So now put it aside. 4 days. 4 days. Put it aside. 4 days is completed and 1/3 is done. Now Ben joins him. If Ben joins 1 by 12th each day of Mark and 1 by 24th part of each day of Ben, this will result. And Tim joins after half of the work is done by both of these two, Mark and Ben. So now already 1/3 is done. Now if you want to one half of work done, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3 is only 1/6 part is left for half. So 1/6. So how many days do they need to work? Mark and Ben further before joining Tim. So let's take LCM 24. 2s are here it becomes 24. 3 by 24 is equals to 1 by 6. X is equals to 1 by 6 into 24 by 3. 6 1 the 6 4s are. So 4 by 3. Now 4 by 3 days furthermore completed before joining Tim. And after Tim joins, how much work is left? Only one half of the work is left. Now we have three different persons who can complete in 1/12 Monday's work 1 2 3 4 136. Let's consider X more days are required to complete remaining part of work. Now solving this we get the value of final answer. Taking LCM 12 24 36 LCM is 72. So consider 72 in all these denominators and 12 6 are 72, 24 3s are 36 2s are. So 6 by 72, 3 by 72, 2 by 72. 11 by 72 into x is equals to 1 by 2. Solving for x, we get 1 by 2 into 72 by 11. 2 ones are 236. 36 by 11 days. 36 by 11 more days are required to complete the remaining work. I think this is a way too complicated. If you guys still have any kind of doubts, please do ping in comment section. Okay, moving on to our ninth question. Guys, the very lengthy question is given. Don't get intimidated by looking at this lengthy question, and let's break the myth that lengthy questions are complicated. Simple. In a company PQR, there are total 4,500 employees. When the company had offered a voluntary retirement scheme, but only 25% of the employees had applied for the VRS. But after some careful observation or examination, this is called as scrutinizing a careful observation, company rejected some applicants, 20%. Now, even after company rejected some employees, only 200 employees took the actual retirement finally. So now we need to find the what percent of employee did not take retirement even though their application was not rejected. So clearly total number of employees is 4,500. Total number of applicants is equals to 25%, is equals to 25% is 1/4 of the 4,500. 25% is 1/4. 1/4 of 4,500 is equals to 1125. 4 11s are 44 and left with 100. 1125 total number of applicants. And after scrutinization, 20% got rejected. 20% mean 1/5. It's very clear. 1/5 of 1125. We get, sorry, it's 225. 225. 5 twos are 10. 5 twos are 5 ones. Sorry, 5 5 are 25. Yeah. After rejection, it rejected 225 people. So out of 4,500, 1125 applied, and in that 1125, 225 got rejected, and we are left with only 900. But all these 900 did not take the retirement. Only 200 among them had taken. So if only 200 had taken, how many are left? 900 minus 200, 700. So these are the number of people who did not take retirement even after not rejection of their application. So we need to find this percentage. 700 by 900 into 100. 0 cancel. We get 77.77. C is the right answer, friends. Still, if you have any kind of doubts, you guys can ping in the comment section. Next question is about the averages. I think you guys definitely will get surprised by looking at this kind of easy questions. Whether are these also asked in Accenture exam, you might be puzzled, but definitely yes, this was asked in Accenture exam. So Bryce obtained 80, 75, 75, 60 out of 100 in botany, zoology, chemistry, physics, respectively. Find the average marks. So you know the average. What is the formula is equals to sum of observation by number of observation. So now 75, 75. What is the sum? We need to find the sum. 7 for the 280. 280 plus 5, 5. 290 will be the sum divided by 4 subject. So now we get 4 7 is 28 and 4 2 is 4 5 is 72.5 is the answer. It's simple, guys. Okay, now we are given with a question graph. Guys, you need to know that under a graph, definitely there are 3 or 4 questions to be going to be asked. So you need to carefully observe the graph. Definitely it will fetch you more than 3 or 4 answers. Here we are given a graph about quantity of exports of a country. Percentage of growth in quantity of export from 2015 to 2018. So if we observe 2015, 50, 2018, 120. You know the formula of the percentage increase. So percentage increase equals to 120 minus 50 divided by 50. 70 by 50 is into 100. I think you already got the answer. It's 140 percentage. Simply you can also do that if the numerator is greater than the denominator. Simply you guys can make this as a fraction by how much amount it is greater divided by the denominator plus 100 percentage. 20 by 50 into 100 we get 4, 140. 100 plus 40, 140. We are done. Yeah, and coming to the 12th question, I think it's even more simpler than the previous question. Simply we need to observe the graph to land at the answer. Find the ratio of experts in the year 2016 to 2019. So if we observe in the 2016, it's 80 is 2. In 2019, it's 150. Simply 0 gets cancelled. 8 is to 15 is the answer. Yes, guys, this question was really asked in Accenture. Don't get surprised. The next question, 13th question. Here we are given 2 ratios. Andy is to Ben. Let's consider A is to B is equals to 6 is to 7. Ratio of monthly incomes, and sum of the monthly incomes is 26k. So it can be solved in 2 ways. I will be telling you the 2 different methods. If you want to find anybody's ratio, the formula is their respective ratio by sum of all the ratios into the income. This is the formula. So if you want to find B's, in the numerator it comes B's 7 parts or 7 ratio 7 7 by 6 plus 7 13 into total income is 26k 26,000 I'm using. Simply 13 twos are 2k's equals to 14k is the answer. 14. So B is the answer. And another method will be, let's consider 6x and 7x, the actual income of Andy, actual income of Ben, and total income is 26k. We get 6x plus 7x, 13x is equals to 26k. So for x, I will be getting 2k. The value of x is 2k. So now you can know find the salary of A or B. If you want to find B, 7 into x, 7 into 2k is equals to 14k. These are the 2 methods. Yeah, now we got another graphical question under which we are asked 3 questions. So it's about the number of engineering students in a city. Okay, in 2016, what percent of total engineering students were studying in tier 1 colleges? So friends, when we are asking about one particular year, just focus on this 2016. Okay, what percent of total engineering students were studying in tier 1? Here we can see that first color, tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3. Three different colors represent three different colleges. So total number of students is 300 for 500. 625 is the total number of students. In tier 1 college, there are only 125 students. Percentage if you want to find 125 by 625 into 100. 25 25s are 25 5s are 5 ones are 5 5s are 20. 20% is the right answer. I think I'm clear enough. Okay, now we are asked to find the percentage of growth of total number of engineering students across the different institutions from 2014 to 18. Simply, if you want to find the percentage, find in 2014 and in 2018. Total number in 2014 is sum of these three: 100, 200 and 150. 450 in 2014. In 2018, 400, 4, 6, 7, 700, 850. 850 in 2018. Percentage increase is 850 minus 450, 400 divided by in 2014 from 2014. So in numerator 450 into 100. This is the required answer. 400 by 450 into 100, we get 88.88 percentage. I think I'm clear enough, guys. And moving on to the next question. If total number of engineering students in 2013 was 40% lower than that in 2016, find the total number of engineering students in 2013. It's very simple. So we need to find number of students in 2013. But we are given with the figure in 2016. What is the figure in 2016? 300 plus 200 plus 125. 5, 6, 2016 we are 625. The students are. In 2013, 40% lower than in 16. 40% lower than 100 is 60%. So 60% of 625 is the answer. Simply multiply 625 into zero point 0.6. That's it. So 30, and the answer will be 6 5 33 6 to 12 15 136 375. So anyhow it's in thousands. It's clearly given. It's in thousands. So 375,000.